If you're freaking broke all year and you have to buy a new car during income tax time, you really need to think. The problem with these people is they've got $6,000, $7,000, and they normally don't have that. So if you tell them, hey, this is a good car, they don't freaking believe you. And they look for junk. They only buy cars based upon looks. I was having a conversation with the lady the other day that wanted to buy my 2013 GMC Terrain, which was not a bad car at all. It was probably one of the better used cars. You know, it had backup cameras, it had keyless start, it didn't have navigation, it had Bluetooth, touchscreen, you know, blah, 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 blah. We had a conversation about her life and how desperately she needed a good car. Because she's paid like $7,000 for one last year, and it didn't even last the whole year before she couldn't afford to work on it anymore. But my Terrain thing ran and drove and purred like a kitten. But the 2.4, not a good drive line for longevity. I tried to express that the vehicle was not a vehicle that you want to keep for a long time. The 2.4 is a real piece of crap. Now, I fix these cars. I try to make them as good as possible, but it doesn't matter what I do. They seem to still be, you know, they're throwaway cars. So I said to her, I said, hey, you know, I've got this 2007 SaturnVue Redline, which has a 3.5 Honda engine in it and transmission. They're notorious for going 500,000 miles as long as you take care of the timing belt. You may replace an alternator, and because it's a GM still, you're going to put wheel bearings and stuff in it. But for the most part, the overall cost of these vehicles is extremely low. Plus, they're made of plastic, so they look terrific. The real issue is underneath these cars, they rust. But luckily, I'm a structural engineer, or at least I play one on YouTube, and I'm able to fix them. So now we can make them last forever. And the lady says, how much is that one? And I said, it's $3,500. And she says, how much is, and the Terrain I was selling was like $5,800. And she goes, nah, I don't want that. I need a backup camera. Quit trying to drink champagne on a fucking beer budget.